Hi there, I'm Peggy, your crypto gal, and it is that time again. Oh my gosh, what do you see happening out there in the crypto space? That's right, it is a shock, but oh my gosh, it is so exciting. This is when I get excited and I get all aroused. It doesn't take much to please this chick. But before I get started, listen, I'm not your financial advisor. I'm just here to share information with you guys, try to educate you in some type of a direction. I get asked questions all the time. What is this, what happens with this, because there's just so many people out there that just do not even know where to begin with crypto. They don't know the meaning of Bitcoin, they don't understand stablecoin, they don't understand the meaning of retracement, what's a pullback, what's hodl. I mean, I love it that they don't. And hell, I still learn stuff every day too. That's what I love about this volatile market. You never know, and it's 24/7. So if you don't sleep like I do, because this is why I've earned these bags under my eyes, it makes it exciting to get up in the middle of the night and see what's going on with the activities, because it's global. It's a global effect, where you can do your investing, be able to assist where your money needs to be, the direction that you want to go in order for your savings, for your future. But you have to be patient. It's not something like what the centralized banks do when you walk in and say, okay, sure, we'll give you $100,000, but it's going to be at this interest rate. So this is how much you'll have to pay back, and this is how many years you have to pay it back on. And if you don't, if you fail, and this fee, and this fee, and this fee, and this fee, yeah, it's not like that. You get to manage your own money, and that's what I love about it. And there's so many different exchanges out there where you can do these different exchanges. So this is why I love being on YouTube. I love sharing information with you guys. So Dingle by Mel, subscribe to me please, to keep me alive out here on YouTube as well. Like my videos, even if you just get little bitty thing for you to be interested in for read and research, please do so. I would greatly appreciate it. If YouTube is not your bag, that's cool. You can find me on Telegram, Instagram, and on Facebook under Global Pegs or Pegs Goody. Okay, let's get started. Today's topic, I'm not even going to go into the excitement of Bitcoin. That's going to be a totally different topic. I will touch base on it. But over the weekend, I was doing some research and I had a meeting to go to. I got hit with stable coins. Some people, they hear the word coin and they automatically assume Bitcoin. Okay. There are certain coins that are a stable coin. So let's dig into this. Okay. Now remember, I'm not your financial advisor. I'm just going to give you some educational tools for you to be able to dig deeper in what you want for your investment, because it is your investment, not mine. I have mine and I'm willing to share my portfolios with you guys. And I'm on 9 different exchanges, and I'm happy to talk to you about it. If you want a one-on-one, you can book that call with me as well, and I'm happy to go over it with you, because I just think it is so important for people to understand what is what in this wonderful world, because there are so many people that don't even understand the stock market of just the United States stock market, and they should be understanding it right now with all the hell that's going on. So with the volatility that Bitcoin's doing with its up and away baby motion, it's like, how long is this green candle going to extend? What is it toggling with for a retracement or a reversal factor? Is it going to do a huge pullback? Where does these indicators bounce off back and forth? So stable coins, let's talk about that. Okay. Let me calm down a second. I just get so excited about cryptocurrency. Stable coins are cryptocurrencies that attempt to peg their market value, okay, at some external reference. Okay, let's break this down for a minute. The main purpose of stable coins is to manage this volatility by tracking the issues of a more stable asset, such as traditional currency. We all know traditional currency. Let's say the number one that comes to our top of our head is the United States dollar. Oh, please, mercifully, please let it hold a little more value a little longer. Now, these assets are designed to have low price volatility. Okay, so therefore, it's not a graduating scale of volatility. It's still volatile, okay, because you're still in the crypto space, but it's attached to this asset of stability, okay? So stable coins are backed by stable assets such as US dollar, one I just described. And guess what else? Gold. Yes, that's right. There's even USD gold out there. for an investment factors. Of course, the U.S. has to control that with the SEC, so a whole different take on that. But anyways, let's keep going. Stable coins are essentially the cryptocurrencies that are backed by this reserve asset. Okay. Now, usually the traditional currency, let's just use that, such as the US dollar, the valuations of the stable coins are therefore supposed to be less volatile. So this other digital currency, because they are pegged differently, is to a fixed non-virtual currency. Okay, like your Bitcoin, your Ethereum. It's an open book history there, and I don't want to keep spitting it out, because when I get over there and show you the market, you'll see what I'm talking about. Okay, all right. Stable coin is a digital asset. Okay, as its backing, like I just described to you for the traditional financial investment tool, stable coins, as they are pegged of the fiat currency, a foreign exchange that is traded by commodities such as your precious metals or even your industrial metals, which I just described to you as gold. That's one. These unique assets have a stable price. Okay, it's not going to fluctuate. It's not when you invest in it, it's a stick. It's going to stick to itself for that particular asset in the market. Okay. Now, the stable coin that is pegged to the price of the fiat currency, like the US dollar, it gives this more stability, which I just described to you as the traditional investment of crypto. Stable coins are like you can use it as a bridge, okay, to allow you to trade in and out of the cryptocurrencies, all right? But the vast aspect of the market, you still need to be alert to what the market values are doing, what the market capitalizations are, what's happened in 24 hours. I'm all about 7 days and 24 hours. Of course, I look at history too, but for indicator factors of knowing the asset of what's happening in the digital world, this plays a huge factor. Now, the stable coin still moves in the volatile market, even though these non-traditionals, okay, are non-virtual currencies. They're not fixed to an asset. They are major fluctuating, okay, like hence the factor is what's going on with Bitcoin today. Okay, now stable coins are used as a store of value or the unit of the account. As well, in other uses cases of the volatility of cryptocurrency, it may be less desirable, and you have to have longevity in there. So your hodling is a different expenditure of making sure you know. But the advantage is this pegged asset you can use, like I just described to you, this bridge factor, if you want to use it to trade into another one. So if you wanted to move it, you could move this. That's that bridge factor. It's like walking over the bridge. Okay, so different stable coins use different strategies to achieve price stability. Some are centralized. Yes, that is a shock, I know. And others are decentralized. Now, for the most part, stable coins are much safer than other cryptocurrencies. You normally don't need to worry about the price plummeting. If you buy a stable coin that is pegged to the dollar, your banking on the value is of the dollar. One final risk is whether the central authority has the collateral it claims. Hence the factor of, do you require for your central bank to know what it's doing? And I don't mean that BOA, Bank of America, is financially institutionalized for this particular cryptocurrency reward. That's not what I'm talking about, okay? I'm just talking about the centralized bank marketing value when you use the US dollar, because let's face it, the US dollar is not very stable right now. So just be smart, okay? Now, one of the other risk factors, stablecoins are available at most major crypto exchanges. You can find this on Coinbase, Binance, Kraken. The attraction of the stable coins for investors is that they are usually much safer, less volatile, but compared to fluctuation prone tokens. Stable coins are global and they can be sent over the internet. They're easy to receive or send once you have an establishment through the Ethereum ecosystem. So a lot of them run off of the Ethereum ecosystem. Now, demands for the stable coins are very high, so you can earn interest For lending yours, make sure you are aware of the risk before you're lending. That means read the fine print. Don't take your happy butt to the finance department and let the finance guy sit there and say, oh, just sign here, here, initial here, and here. Here's what your payment will be. Thank you. Have a great day. Don't do that. Read the fine print because it is very important. Like I just described to you, you need to find what is that stable coin that would work for what your interest is going to be. If you're just doing the $25, say, hey, I just want to play with this. I don't know what the hell I'm doing. I'm a little scared of it. You know, test yourself with those waters. You're not going to get much out of it. I'm just going to tell you. But whereas Mary Jane, who invests $500, she'll be able to have more movement power of her, not risk factors, but being able to move her money more easily crossing the bridges, as we call stable coins, okay? You have to realize they are exchangeable, okay, on the Ethereum ecosystem. And you can also share stable coins with Ethereum tokens, okay, because Ethereum is a volatile investment. There are lots of dApps that rely on stablecoins. Stablecoins are secured by cryptography. No one can forge transactions on your behalf. Now, let's just talk about a little bit of the top market capitalizations in stablecoins. Looking at the top of the top lines of it, and I'm fixing to share my screen with you guys so you can see what I'm talking about, but these are known for top market capitalizations of their collateral types as Tether, the USDT, the USD coin, Binance USD, the DAI, DAI, the True USD, Pax Gold, which is a precious metal, that's right, in the crypto space, HUSD, and the Gemini dollar, which is an exchange of fiat currency. All of these are an exchange of fiat currency. Now, let's not confuse the just of cryptocurrencies such as Bitcoin or Ethereum, where the volatility is not attached in the investment, one of the most fundamental, and it is not requiring to trust an intermediary institution to send payments, which opens up their use to anyone around the globe. But one key drawback is that cryptocurrencies prices are very unpredictable and have a tendency to fluctuate. That's that huge volatility I was just describing to you, such as Bitcoin, and is often what I love to be called the wild child. Stable coins are Ethereum tokens designed to stay at a fixed value even when the price of Ethereum changes. This is what I was talking about, that pegged fixed asset. Now, I always suggest to my clients that I sit down with to talk about portfolios, exchanges, where to balance yourself out and streamline. I always suggest to them with Bitcoin, Ethereum, Cardano ADA, Chainlink, XRP, where it is opened, which it is opened on Uphold Exchange in the United States of America, Uniswap, huge DeFi that I'm a very deep into the pockets of, as well as my stablecoin USDT, that's Tether. Now, the reason why I wanted to share those with you, that's what my portfolios are claimed on all of these 8 different exchanges that I'm involved in. Doesn't mean you have to do that. It just means that I like the volatility of the market and I'm going to read it. I'm the project girl. I want to see what that coin does, where it's stabilized at, where I'm going to get the best return for it from my market cap, what's happened to that market cap in 24 hours versus what has happened in 7 days, a month, a week, a month, and even a year, as well those that I can go back to as to what the Bitcoin crash did in 2017. Some of these are brand new into the market, so you really need to do extensive research in regards to that. Okay, now let's just take a look real quick at the market capitalization of your top stablecoin tokens that are out there in the market. I hope you guys can see my screen. Okay. Tether, like I just described to you. Now, this is looking at coin market cap. These are nothing but stable coins. However, over here to the side, you can see its number ranking in the cryptocurrency market, okay? And I described this to you guys the other day. The cryptocurrency market puts every single token coin established by its unification as its graduating market cap. Bitcoin is always number one, well, will be for a while. But you can see the stabilization. Tether, USDT, has dropped itself from fourth to fifth. USD coin is 10. Binance USD is number 14, which it held its value going through COVID. It held its value number 3 marker, which Cardano now holds that spot. Cardano ADA. DAI, number 32. It dropped. It held the spot for right at the end of COVID coming out, brand new into the coin world. Its fixation was it in a manipulation with it being a pegged asset, and this is what created this in Korea, that it established itself, it latched onto it, it became very volatile down in South America, and it extended itself to gather itself going into 2020, at the end of 2020, going into 2021. But you can see there's a lot of changes that have been happening in the market over in China. So with the Asian market, it creates the Korean market to make a change, which creates South America to make a market. And this is what I'm talking about with its volatility. This is still a stable coin, but you still have to watch its market lines to see what it's doing. Yeah, 6.4 million. Yeah, I don't consider that to be a bad issue. And it's still in the green doing what it's doing, and it's holding a good dollar value. When I first started looking at DAI, it opened itself up at like 47 cents. Terra USD, True USD. These are different ones that you can see, guys, that play a huge factor. I mean, it's endless where it goes. The Italian Lira, Crypto France, Digi Gold token, Bitsy. I mean, Origin dollar, USDK, Unstable USD, XSGD, Stem dollars, Q Cash, Vi, Tribe, Frax, Liquidity USD. Here's another big one. It's number 190. It's the Gemini dollar, and I'm on the Gemini exchange. I love Gemini exchange. They have very minimal fees. And if you're doing your asset margin lines for that bridge walkover and you want to do a stable coin to a stable coin, there's no fees. Your productivity is really good. So it's Gemini dollar has unfortunately taken a huge hit into the stablecoin market, but it's one that I would definitely have to say to you guys to be able to share with you. Looking at it, it's one to make sure. This is a factor of stable coins. You guys were asking me to describe it to you. This is the best way for me to do it. This gives you an idea of what you can do. And like I say, Coin Market Cap is one of the best ones. Trading View is another one. Gecko is another one where you can be able to see. Now, going into the rankings and looking at to see what happened today, everybody got to wake up to a beautiful sunshiny day, no matter where you were, because Bitcoin has definitely looked at its scalability into the market. I'm happy for Bitcoin. It's not my prominent source line for my margin lines, looking at it in one day, You can see where it's played its factor line of jumping its coast. It came up to out of 55,172. And we are now at 55,044. So it's done its retracement and a reversal flavor into the market, what it's lying for this margin, where it came from. Now, as I open it up, because you guys know I always like to look at things for a week. That is one of my biggest concerns of looking at the money, looking at streamline. We're coming out of Q3, we're now into Q4, excuse me, now into Q4. We're opening up a whole new thing. Companies are closing out their books. Taxes are closing out for companies coming up October 15th. You got October the 18th for the debt ceiling to be decided upon. You got a lot of factors to play into what companies are going to be doing in the movement of cryptocurrency. They're going to put it somewhere, baby. It's going to happen. So if you got in while Bitcoin was playing with these numbers here and doing this factor of pulling back and justifying, and you hodled if you were already in there for your investment, good for you, okay? You're gonna have a gain back to yourself, right? Those that just got into it now will be able to hodl. I recommend do your own research, watch this retracement reversal come back and play with itself in Bitcoin. You'll see it in the market going into Q4 just because we have so much unstabilizing going on in the United States of America. You got November coming with a different election on to the Fed's control. So this is going to play a huge factor in the Biden administration, which the US dollar is still the fiat currency at this moment. So I always keep saying that. People ask me, is Bitcoin going to take over and be the fiat currency? I don't see that happening. However, I do see in a global perspective that you will see the advantages better for Bitcoin to be able to stabilize future investments, future negotiations, future movement of trades, future being able to do stock markets globally in a factor where things can be quicker, because the internet is very quick these days, unless you're in a factor where you don't have fiber optics yet. This is a movement that's made. This is why all the governments met in 2020 coming out of COVID for the G20, saying that they needed this ecosystem done, that we needed to be more eco-friendly, that we needed to diversify ourselves. This is why the commodities market is doing the balance that it's doing, and this plays a huge factor as to what I say and feel why Bitcoin is still not going to take over, but it's going to play a huge factor into the investing lines into the markets. Now listen, I'm Pegs, your crypto gal. I love being able to discuss with y'all. Dingle my bell on YouTube. Subscribe to me so I can stay alive to be able to share more and more different. I have tons of stuff to be able to share with you guys, but if there is something I'm not hitting that you want me to talk about, send it to me. Email me. My email's out there on my YouTube. Look me up on Telegram, Instagram, on Facebook. I'm here for you guys and say, hey, Pegs, I want you to tell me about this. It's just like stablecoin. Can you diversify for me? Can you give me a little bit more information on it, just to give me a little bit more clarity? I hope this gave you a little bit more encouragement for a little bit more read and research for yourself. I hope you guys are definitely in the investment market of crypto. If you're not, take a few minutes for yourself. Find out what the necessities are of your needs for your investment. It's one that I highly recommend that you just pay attention to for your future, okay? If you need me, I'm here for you guys. I also have tons of friends out there in the crypto space. If I'm not ready for you, I can definitely pass you on to somebody else who can. This is what we all love. This is a driven market. It's a volatile one, but it is one that is alive and it is not going anywhere. And this is the adjustment of what we are seeing. You're not going to see this disappear, okay? We have been prepped for this coming long term. Long term, we've been prepped for this coming for many, many, many moons. So you guys stay tuned, stay with me, dingle my bell, subscribe to me on YouTube, follow me on social media. I'm out there for you. And Crypto Gal will see you guys really, really soon. Take care.